Good morning, everybody. It's April 9th, Monday. Weekend is over. Positional Heroes initial splash happened over the weekend, starting on Friday, and it definitely affected a bunch of stuff as well. I went over yesterday and on Saturday. Not really too much to go over as far as that goes. I think it'll continue this week. Really, the big opportunity that I missed out on was kickers. And if you held on to the 86, 87s, now would be the time to sell them this week because people are going after Zerline. So you just, if you have them, sell them. If you have 88 to 90 kickers, right now is the time to sell them. And receivers, I still think it's time to sell those 86 to 90s, especially if you bought them specifically on Friday or Saturday to resell them. So if you were paying 30, 25 to 30, and you're trying to sell them for 45, don't. You got to get rid of them for that 37 to 40. You might get lucky and get 42 or 43, but you got to get rid of them this week because they're going to drop next week. Now, there could be a couple of factors there, like on Friday when the defensive positional heroes come out. What if they took away this pack and this pack? I don't care about this pack, but if they took away this pack, you might see an increase there. The thing is, out of all of them, really, which ones, if you have a good team already, a 95, 96, and you have some Ultimate Legends, really, which ones do you want? Julio Jones, yes, everybody would want him. Zerline kicker, yes. Breeze, if you're a Breeze fan, yes. Uh, the fullback, Jurich, yes. But, overall offensive linemen, they're decent. I still think Yonda's good. I still think Larry Allen's good. I think you buy Ultimate Legends. If you want one of those, I think you wait a couple weeks, maybe a week, and you get them. These fantasy packs, I actually upped mine. So a week ago, I said buy these. I was getting full Ultimate Legends and full Legends. I bought, I don't know, 4 or 5 over the weekend. I got nothing. I looked at Toke online on YouTube, and he even opened up some I watched last night after I had purchased mine, and he even got nothing. So I don't know if it's a timing thing, if it's towards the end. It was a good pack. It still might be. You might want to try it if you have the coins. If you're low on coins, do not buy any packs. If you're better off with 90K buying something for 80 or 90 that you can sell for 120, flipping, taking that, buying another one for 80 or 90, selling that for 120. Because you might get an Ultimate Legend, but if you go through 3 packs and get a full Ultimate Legend that's not a Dawkins or a Sanders or a Moss, what are you going to get? You're going to get 300K. That's what they're going for right now. So, and some of them less. I mean, if you got a Warren Moon, you're going to get 220 to 230. One thing I want to, you guys ever feel like EA is out to ruin your day? So I've been doing this boss battles, and I've done it every week. Well, last week, or this week, I should say, over the weekend, it's already changed on the screen, but the first 5 challenges were pretty easy. The 6th one, the third of the it would be this one, the heroic boss battle. The third one was a pitch play from the 25-yard line. You got to get a touchdown from the 25-yard line, and it has to be a pitch play. I tried yesterday probably for 20 minutes. Couldn't even come close. So this morning, I come in, and first play, I do a fake handoff toss weak, and I get a touchdown. Guess what? Doesn't count. It doesn't count as a pitch or a toss. What? So I spend the next 30 minutes, if not more, trying to do it. Finally, I got it. I mean, I was about to give up. And then you had the bonus battle, which is a 4-minute quarter game against players that make Ed Too Tall Jones look like has Jose Altuve. And I start off good. I get a fumble recovery for a touchdown. I miss a field goal at the end of the first half. It's 7-0 going into the third quarter. I get the ball. I get a field goal. Now it's 10-0. Okay. All right, game over. I just run the ball, get a few first downs, and run out the clock, do chew clock. Guess what? 2 minutes left. I punt the ball at 10-0. Less than 2 minutes. They block the punt and return it for a touchdown. So now, actually, it might even be less than that. So now, roughly a minute and 20 seconds left. They onside kick it. Guess what? They get it. Then, they throw a pass and they score a touchdown. Now they're up 14-10 with less than a minute left. I do have my 3 timeouts. And I'm nervous. I'm pissed. Pissed. Because I just spent all that time on the halfback toss challenge, which, guys, I will not run a halfback toss or sweep for the next week in a game at all. It was so frustrating. So they're up 14-10. Luckily, I throw a bomb to Randy Moss down to the 3 with like 20 seconds left. I still have a timeout, and then I throw a cross pattern to my tight end. I got 2 yards rushing in that game. 2 yards. And 140 yards passing. They had like 50 total yards, and I won the game 17-14. So I did end up getting it. And here's the thing, I waited, so I got it right before the deadline. I mean, I don't know if I lost that game if they would have let me play another game. So I had to win that game to get the bonus one anyway. So now I'm 2 weeks away from getting a 99, which I'm going to take Ed Too Tall Jones to replace Ed Too Tall Jones in my lineup. And that's it. So I don't know if you guys are doing this. It's a little tedious. I haven't been doing these challenges, but I'll tell you what, on these challenges, if you still haven't got, which I have in Night Train Lane, and I've gone over this before, if you haven't got them, do these to get your yards and your touchdowns. They're not that difficult. Rookie, and pro. So you could do this first batch and get a free ticket, and then pro, and then all pro. This second batch, I don't know. I mean, you are going to get some yards and touchdowns, but you're not going to be able to. This first batch right here, if you have a decent team, you're going to get 10, 12 passing touchdowns and 1,000 yards if you want in a game, letting them score and turning off accelerated clock and putting on quick presentation just so it's quicker. But those games take about a half an hour. But you could do that. Then the other thing I'm going to recommend, if you haven't got Night Train Lane and you're still grinding, do these Easter scrambles. These are easy, and you can easily get 10, 12 touchdowns in a game, and 1,000, 1,200 yards passing, rushing. Let me just show you guys where I'm at. Objectives. Let me change the daily objective. Okay, so I mean, I got everything. This is what I'm up to. I need 4,200 passing yards, 1,500 rushing yards, and I still need 69 passing touchdowns. This is the end of me. So I figure that's 7 games focusing on passing, maybe 6. And I just don't want to grind. So I'll do one here and there. I'll have it done by the end of this week, next week. I'm just in no hurry to do that. I'm going to finish these 2 before this. But I know a lot of people out there have him. He's going for 400K right now, 500K right now. By the time I get him, he'll probably be down to 2. But I'm going to get him and keep him. So let's get to the auction block and see what's out there. Now, yesterday, there were some good deals out there. I want to go over one thing real quick. One of the things I wanted to go over today. As you go higher up in price on players, yes, there is more risk, as I've discussed before. But here's the other thing. Like this Mike Vick, chemistry comes into play. This is a pound the rock Mike Vick. The move the sticks, the pound the rock, and what's the other one? Toughness. Those three Mike Vicks, those are going to go for the cheapest. The go deep Mike Vick is going to be significantly higher. Last night I was trying to get a Mike Vick for under 400K. I was trying to get one go deep under 400K. And I was checking in periodically. And the cheapest a go deep went for was maybe 435, but 450. I wasn't a buyer. Maybe I should have bought the one at 435. I think there was one at 435. But just to show you, buy it now. And then just to make it easier, we're just going to go to Falcons. So right now you can buy a pound the rock for 435. Move the sticks 435. Move the sticks 437. Pound the rock 449. Toughness 451. And you see right here, the go deep, this is always going to be higher. And if you look, I mean, you're talking 40K right now. Last night it was 70K. I bought a pound the rock for 380, which, you know, I'm going to try to sell for 5, but I really think I'll be able to sell it for, at the right time this week, I'll be able to sell it for 460, 470. But so, you know, you want to be careful. Another one is that you want to be careful with. Let's go to Broncos. And I haven't checked this morning, so it's going to be this one right here. And on Steve Atwater, this one right here. I got one for 220 last night, and I sold it for 290 pretty quickly. But on this one right here, watch this. The toughness is going for 335. That's the one to get, the toughness. And, you know, this, I don't know if it'll sell at 335, but I do think, or 330. There's one for 330. I don't think there's one cheaper. No. But you can get one for 250 or 330. So here's the thing. If you can snipe your players and put one together, you don't have to put one together for under 250 to make money on Steve Atwater. If you can put together, you know, a 250, 230, if you can put one together pretty cheap and get it and select it as toughness, which you do get that selection when you put together a set, then, you know, you're going to be able to sell that for 300 and maybe more at the right time. Last night there was one toughness on there and it was going for 380, and I don't think it sold. But so as you get higher, when you get to these 97s, 96s, 98s, definitely, for the ones that you can get different chemistry, you want to be aware of that. Don't just try to, like, if I see a Steve Atwater here for 250, which seems like a decent deal, it's not. If it was a toughness, you know, I might buy it. I still think toughness is a 230 to 240. Then there's players that you don't have to worry about, which is nice. Makes it easier on everybody. Like Madden Harvest. I think this Lanier, I think there's only one chemistry on Lanier. Nope, there's multiple chemistries here. So like Lanier, you know, you see this one for 650. These went down to 580 over the weekend. This is a good card. I actually sold mine for like 580, 590 just so I could have some money to play with. And then I'll repurchase one when it gets to 550, which I do think it'll happen, especially this weekend. This card right here is going to drop. I don't care what you say. It's a good card. But if with the middle linebacker coming out for the positional heroes, the people that have had this card, and just you can actually check, which is how long people have had this card. So this one was actually got at an auction for 7. Let's see. Usually the cheaper ones were in packs, but you can see, where is it? Right here, 4.8. So the people just bought these yesterday. So they must have been buying them for 600, maybe yesterday morning. I didn't see that. Let's see. Here we go. 4.8 auction. Yeah, these ones were bought yesterday. So they must have been down to 600, 620. Maybe lower. Even yesterday, I wasn't on too much yesterday. So you got to be aware of the chemistry. On this one, toughness, I think, is going to be the best chemistry. Let's see what else we got going on. Let's go to 94, 95 and buy it now. So Wagner 113. You're going to see that dip again on Friday or Saturday. Urlacher is always a good card at 110, 120 if you pick the right time to sell it. So here's one of the other ones that went down. These Randy Mosses. You can buy them at 100 and sell them for 130. You just got to wait until there's none out there. So you got to be aware. You can definitely buy one and sell one for 120 and not worry about it. Julio Jones looks like he's coming back up, which is good. And these Randy Mosses right here, these were going for, I sold one yesterday morning at 220. Bought one Saturday night at for 150. Sold it for 220 yesterday morning. Last night I got another one for 140. But this card right here, I think 199 is the number. 185 I think is a good deal if you're putting it. You could definitely sell it at 185. So if you got one at 150, it's definitely a bargain. But this is a card that has been affected due to the fact that Randy Moss is now is in the 8s. I don't know what he's at right now. I think he's a 97. He might be a 98. Yeah. Oh, while I'm here, I've been waiting for a Jerry Rice to go for like 250. I saw it down at 295, 290 last night. I did not buy. Not really for necessarily an investment, just to put on my team. But he dropped. I'll tell you if anything else dropped yesterday. And what you want to do on the weekend, if you see things drop, next weekend they're going to do it again. Or it may be at one point in time during the week. Let's go to 98. Let's see what Randy Moss is going for right now. So Randy Moss, look at this, 740. And that's a Pound the Rock 727. Again, just to prove to you, Pound the Rock, move the sticks. This is going to be, I think, a toughness or a go deep card. And you'll see the go deep and the toughness. So we're under 700K. Under 800, under 750. What do I think is a buy on this card? 650. I just don't see it happening. I think it'll level off in that 700 range, 650 to 700. I still think it's the best. Let's just look at Julio Jones compared to it. I haven't done this yet. As you can see, Randy Moss is still a better card than Julio Jones. Julio Jones has him on one thing and catching traffic, but you're always going to have Randy Moss on the wing, and he'll be on post patterns, which matters in outs. So, Randy Moss should go for more than Julio Jones. And he is. You're getting Randy Moss. Julio Jones is for 650 right now. So with the Randy Moss again, I wouldn't get a Pound the Rock unless it was a steal. If you can get a Pound the Rock for 580, 600, oh yeah, you throw one out there for 680, somebody will buy it within 20 minutes. But on these, I think toughness and I think go deep are going to be the chemistries you want. Other than that, this week you should be able to sell certain nights this week. During the day, I don't know. It's just hit or miss. But certain nights this week, you'll see the supply diminish, and you'll see some opportunity to sell. Just to show you, there's certain things that I'll buy and I'll hold on for the right time. These tie rod tailors, you can still buy them at 50 and sell them for 60, 62, make a quick 5 to 7. Randy Moss, I told you. Chris Johnson, this one went down as I said yesterday, and I also said on Saturday that it would go down under 3. And it did. I bought one for 300. I think the lowest was right around 300. And it's coming back up, 346. I think this will be in that 360 to 400 range for still a week or two. Still think it's one of the second best running back out there. So I have that one. I'm waiting to sell it. This Kurt Warner I got for 78. I just feel one night this week. I thought it would be last night, but that they'll go up to 100, 110. I paid 78 for that one. Let's see what else was around yesterday. These Barry Sanders. Let's see. There was a big sell-off. I bought 4 or 5 of them at 100K. One at 130 and the rest of them at 100K. And I've been selling them. I don't put them all on at once at the same price. Like right now, I'll probably put one on at 189. You can see there's only one of them that's under an hour. The rest of these aren't. So, you'll show up in the filter up top in that last 15 minutes at 189, 190. And I should be able to sell them for 189. Oh, I got lucky on Saturday night getting those for 100. Somebody, I don't know. I don't know what happened. Somebody was just looking for coins. Bruce Matthews, this still haven't got rid of it. I bought for 200, so I'll put that one out there. Hopefully sell it today for 280. Anything else? And again, on the middle linebackers, I'm going to go over it again. They've already gone up. Look at these 87s. These are the ones you could have got for 12 over on Friday. And the 88 and 89s is going to be a little sweet spot. These ones, if you can get under 20, they've already gone up to 29. And I think, depending on supply and demand, those will jump up to 50. But on Friday, you were getting them for under 20 in the frenzy. So you want to get those. And the 87s, I think you got to be at 12. I bought one yesterday on accident for like 14.5. But you want to be under 12 on the 86, 87s, under 20 on the 88, 89s. And that's just the reason why I say that is not because it's just you don't have too much risk there. That's the reason why I'm saying that. I still think if you spent more on them, you'll be able to sell them for more. But worst case scenario, you have to think about that. Other than that, should be a selling week. And then Friday, we'll see what happens with the packs that are available, because that's going to be a big factor. If they take away the offensive packs and just give you the opportunity for defensive packs, that'll change everything. These right here, that'll change everything. I'd stay away from these. I wouldn't buy these. On these, I wouldn't buy them. I bought probably 10 of them. But that's the reason why I have so many cards. And I don't want to individually sell. So, but that's all I got today. Hope you have a great one. Until next time, all the best.